Curtis Jones completed 122 passes. I don't know if you know that. Apparently, it's the most by a Liverpool player in a Champions League game since 2003-04 season. I just wondered how much he has come on in the last 12 months and how integral is he to what you want to do?
Yeah, I'm not so surprised that he touched the ball a lot because I positioned him and Dom a bit lower because we missed out on Ryan. And we faced again a team that was playing in a very low block and didn't press us at all. So yeah, then if you then 3-1 up, you start to pass the ball because just waiting for them to come and then find a moment. That's always nicer than when you're 1-0 down and you face that low block because then you need to take more risks. Curtis, since I'm here, I think his playing time went up. And there's a reason for that because I like how he progressed. Is progressed the right word? Yeah. But still, with him, and the same questions you can ask about every player, he's in competition with 5 to 6 very good midfielders. And but it's good to see that he played a good game against Frankfurt, definitely.
Carl? Just to go back to Mo, he's obviously coming under a bit of scrutiny at the moment just because of his current form. But as you said, he's getting the chances. So how do you explain the imbalance between the chances he's getting and the return he's getting?
How do I explain that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's not having the chances. He's just probably not either having not the look or he's just probably not a little bit sharpness.
I don't know if that's sharpness or not. It's so difficult for me to say why this is. I could come up with a few reasons, which I'm not sure if that is the reason. But I think in general in football, players miss chances. And Mo is a human being as well. So we're not used to him missing chances, let alone a few games in a row. But these things can happen. What could have to do with, I have no clue if it does, but I could come up with it's easier maybe to finish a chance if you're 3-1 up than if you're 1-0 down. But maybe that's completely not true for him, but good. But I think the main thing is that Mo has always scored his goal for our club. And the last thing I worry about is Mo starting to score goals again, because that's what he done his whole life. And that's what I expect him to do in the upcoming weeks and months for our club as well.
On that, obviously down that right-hand side, there's probably been more changes this season. You have 3 different right-backs you played this season. And obviously the personnel changes. Do you think that has had any sort of impact on the game he plays?
Could. Not particular, maybe the right fullback. Could, by the way, because he's maybe his whole Liverpool career he played with Trent, maybe, yeah. So it could. But like you just said, I think he's been in promising positions often enough for him to score goals. But maybe with Trent even more, I don't know. But I think in general, for every player, if you have quite a few changes in your squad during the summer, then everyone needs to find new connections again, and that goes normally like this a little bit. And Mo is not an exception to this because he's also a human being like all the others. So it might have something to do with that, but yeah, like you've seen now again that. In an ideal world, you play every single time with the same team. That's not realistic for a team that plays every 3 days. But even if you would want to, it wasn't possible because Jeremy Frimpong has been in and out with injuries a few times. Conor Bradley has been in and out with injuries. Let alone McAllister, who missed out on pre-season, and Alex. So I think this might be one of the reasons why we haven't been as consistent as we were last season. Sorry.
Hi, Arne. I wanted to ask you about some of the tactics and the kind of changes you made. You mentioned for the Frankfurt game you made a few adaptations. I was just thinking about some of the new players and having them in the building for a little bit while longer now, having some train with them, play with them, understand what some are good at, what maybe not so good at. Have you been influenced to maybe try new things based on what you've seen from them, or are you more looking at what your opponents are giving you?
A bit of everything, I would say. But it was maybe the first time also that there was an opportunity to play with Alex and Hugo both, because of Alex missing out for so long, and we thought this was the first time that he was ready to play twice in a row. So that is also an extra reason. But yeah, you always look at the opponent you face, and against Frankfurt, I thought that they might be a bit vulnerable in and around their centre backs when it comes to pure speed, fast. And if there's one thing you can say about Alex and Hugo is that they are fast, especially after seeing the first goal Hugo scored. So yeah, I don't think we've did so many things different. The only thing we maybe changed was, instead of playing with a 9 and 10 behind each other, they were closer to each other with two number 9s. We still had one winger on the left side with Cody Gakpo, and our right winger, Florian Wirtz, who I hardly played as a right winger, had more of a free role, but small margins were, I think, different to that. For the rest, I think we've mainly played similar to how we've played last season, with maybe the difference that certain new players bring different characteristics.
Can I just ask about Kevin Kelleher? It's obviously the first time you come up against him on Saturday. I know you're obviously disappointed to lose him in the summer, but are you pleased that he has actually gone on elsewhere, become a number one for a Premier League club, having been at Liverpool for so long, been such a good servant for the club?
Yeah, maybe a goalkeeper is an exception, but in general, I don't think it's a healthy situation for a player to be on the bench longer than a year, or miss out on many games in a year and then go into a next season. It's so hard for them to keep giving everything on a daily basis. So that was also one of the reasons why we thought it was best for Juraj for Harvey Elliott to find another club. For Queef, like I said, the goalkeeper is a bit of a guess, but he did this for so many years that he felt it was time for him to start playing. And he's shown that he's right, because he does really well. But although I haven't worked with him, we're also going to face Jordan Henderson, who, as I've been told, is the only Liverpool captain that lifted every trophy. 6 trophies. So not every, so 6.
The ones remaining.
Which one?
Competitions remaining.
Okay. So and I don't know if that's funny, but in Holland they cannot stop about talking how much Ajax is missing Jordan Henderson. So that tells you how important he was for Ajax and how important he's been for Liverpool and how important he now is for Brentford.
Go on, last one, sorry.
Sorry, Milos Kirk has started every league game so far. What's given him the edge over Andy Robertson since he arrived, and what have you made of Kirk as a start?
What's giving him the edge over? I don't think that's a place for me to say this over here, because then I have to say something about Robbo as well. The reason why we brought him in, that I can tell you, is that he's bringing a lot of energy to the game, keeps going up and down, and he's very well in defending the 1v1 situations against his wingers as well. So defensively solid and a lot of energy, making the overlaps. For me, he's been a bit unlucky that Cody has used mainly his biggest strengths of coming inside and hitting the target. But we've shown Cody as well that there were a few moments that maybe playing the ball towards Milis would have been a better option. So we again an example of two players playing together that need to find their connection even better than they already do. So yeah, that's why we brought him in, and I think that's better answer to your question than starting to compare him with Robbo.